Is Python a compiled language or an interpreted language? Python often feels different from traditional programming languages because of the way it runs code. In simple terms, Python is interpreted, which means your code is executed line by line rather than compiled all at once. Technically, Python first compiles your code into bytecode, which is an intermediate .pyc format, and then the Python virtual machine executes that bytecode step by step. This is why it's sometimes described as being interpreted with a small compilation stage. Think of it like a street food chef who cooks each dish fresh to order, preparing and serving one plate at a time, while a compiled language is more like a chef who completes an entire meal before presenting it. In short, Python processes your instructions incrementally to keep things flexible and easy to run. What are the difference between list and tuple? Lists and tuples in Python may look similar, but they behave very differently once you start using them. In simple terms, a list can be changed after it is created, while a tuple stays fixed and cannot be modified. Technically, lists are mutable structures that let you add, remove, or update elements, but they use more memory and tend to be slightly slower. Tuples are immutable, meaning their values are logged in place after creation, which makes them faster and more memory efficient. Think of it like a shopping routine. A list is the note your wife updates constantly, adding items and crossing others out, while a tuples is the final printed grocery bill that cannot be changed. In short, lists are flexible and tuples are permanent. What are Python data types? Python data types describe the kind of value a variable can store and how that value should be handled. In simple terms, they tell Python whether something is a number, a piece of text, a list, or another structure. Technically, Python includes built-in types such as int, float, str, bool, list, tuple, set, and dict, each with its own rules for storage and the operations it supports. Numbers allow arithmetic, strings allow concatenation, and collections organize multiple items. Think of it like a chef managing a kitchen, placing sugar in one container, a recipe name on a card, and a list of dishes on a clipboard. Each container is designed for a specific ingredient, just as each data type fits a specific kind of value. In short, data types help Python understand how to store and work with information. What are Python's scopes? LEGB rule. Python scope determines where a variable can be found and used in your program, and the LEGB rule defines the exact order Python follows when searching for it. In simple terms, Python looks for a variable starting from the closest place and moves outward until it finds a match. Technically, it begins with the local scope inside the current function, then checks the enclosing scope if the function is nested, then the global scope at the top level of the script, and finally the built-in scope that holds names like print or len. Think of it like an office worker searching for a document. They start with their own desk, then check their manager's desk, then the head office, and finally the company library if needed. In short, the LEGB rule guides Python through these levels to locate any variable. How can you concatenate two lists in Python? Concatenating two lists in Python simply means combining them into one. In simple terms, you can do this using the plus operator or the extend method. Technically, using list1 plus list2 creates a brand new list that contains all items from both lists, while list1.extend list2 modifies the first list by adding every element from the second. Both approaches work only when the objects involved are actually lists. Think of it like cooking, where you mix a bowl of chopped vegetables with a bowl of spices to prepare one unified mixture. In short, concatenation blends two separate lists into one. What are Python's mutable and immutable objects? Python's mutable and immutable objects define whether a value can be changed after it is created. In simple terms, mutable objects can be updated, while immutable ones stay fixed, and any change creates a new object. Technically, lists, dictionaries, and sets allow modifications to their contents, whereas tuples, strings, and numbers are immutable, so updates result in entirely new objects. This distinction helps Python manage memory efficiently and maintain predictable behavior. Think of it like shopping. A cart is mutable because you can keep adding or removing items, but a printed bill is immutable because once it comes out of the machine, you cannot alter it and need a new one if something changes. In short, mutability decides whether an object can be changed in place. What are args and coargs in Python functions? In Python, args and coargs let functions accept a flexible number of inputs. In simple terms, args handles extra unnamed arguments, while coargs captures additional named arguments. Technically, args gathers all unused positional arguments and coargs gathers keyword arguments into a dictionary, making functions adaptable and reusable. Think of it like dining out. Args is your buffet plate where you can take as many items as you want without specifying anything, while coargs is like ordering a la carte, where you name each dish, such as 1 spicy pasta or 2 garlic breads. In short, they help Python functions stay flexible. What is typecasting in Python, and why do we use it? Typecasting in Python is the process of converting a value from one data type to another so it fits the operation you want to perform. In simple terms, it lets you turn a string into a number or a number into text so everything matches correctly. Technically, Python provides explicit casting through functions like int, float, string, and list, which you use when different data types need to work together. This avoids type errors and ensures calculations and comparisons behave as expected. Think of it like checkout at a store where you sometimes exchange coins for notes or notes for coins depending on what the cashier needs. You convert money into the right form for the transaction, just as typecasting converts data into the right format for your program. In short, typecasting keeps operations smooth and error-free. Difference between for loop and while loop in Python. A for loop and a while loop both repeat actions, but they do so in different ways. In simple terms, a for loop runs through a sequence a fixed number of times, while a while loop keeps running until a condition becomes false. Technically, a for loop iterates over items in structures like lists, ranges, or strings, making it ideal when the number of iterations is known. A while loop checks a logical condition before each cycle and continues as long as that condition stays true, making it useful when the stopping point is uncertain. Think of it like exercising. A for loop is doing 10 push-ups because you know the count ahead of time, while a while loop is doing push-ups until you are tired, stopping when the condition changes. In short, one is count-based and the other is condition-based. What is a lambda function? A lambda function in Python is a tiny, anonymous function used for quick, simple operations. In simple terms, it's a one-line function you create on the spot without giving it a name. Technically, it is defined using the lambda keyword, can accept any number of arguments, and must contain exactly one expression whose result is returned automatically. This makes lambda functions handy in places like map, filter, and sorted, where small bits of logic are needed just once. Think of it like making a quick snack in the kitchen. You don't pull out a full recipe book or prepare a long set of steps, you just mix what you need and serve it instantly. In short, lambda functions are lightweight tools for small temporary tasks. We have a wealth of content on AI, ML, statistics, Gen AI, and more, tailored for all skill levels from beginner to intermediate and advanced. Wishing you the very best in all your endeavors. I truly hope you found this session helpful and insightful. If this video added value to your learning journey, that is more than enough.